Mont Maribou is a 1-mile gravel climb with an average gradient of 9.5%. Your physical goal for today is to climb it 20 times to a power of about 330, so 20 times 7 minutes at 330. You choose this climb because it is the most difficult in your area, but also since the descent is very technical, it will allow you to perfect your technical skills at high speed.
First good news of the day, it's about 31 degrees, so really cold, it's really windy too, but good news is that we're doing hill climb.
Your mental goal for the day is to get the job done. In other words, to do the challenge, not to put it off until tomorrow.
So we just arrived at the bottom of Mont Maribou, 0 of 20 done. We're listening to a ritual podcast with Alex Arnold. Hopefully he's gonna keep me a little distracted for the first climb.
You will never get rid of the urge to procrastinate. The resistance that comes with doing meaningful and demanding work will never go away. Therefore, you must learn and use strategies that makes it easier for you to constantly show up and do the job.
So the last part is always the worst. Technically the climb finished here, but for an unknown reason I decided to go until the end. Even though it's not the real climb, it adds a good 50 meters of elevation.
Strategy number 1. Build a meaningful vision that pushes you towards doing the work. My mission is to be the best athlete I can possibly be and use that experience to help people perform better and ultimately live their dream lives.
Here we have like paved turn, but because there is like rock and sand on it, it's like almost as dangerous. You really have to be careful because there's like no aeration at all. You have to keep the weight on the bike very low.
Strategy number 2. Establish precise rituals and habits that support you to stay on track and support your most important work. Each evening and each morning, I do the same routine to make sure that I present myself each day ready to be my highest self.
So we're on the third climb, 3rd out of 20. Legs are better and better. It was actually pretty hard to hold 350 for the first 2, but now I'm getting to it. The resistance is coming down a little bit. Let's go.
Strategy number 3. Make the constant choice of changing the way you say things. Replace I must with I choose to and substitute I don't have the time with it's not a priority. I choose to complete the 20 climbs. It is my priority to give my 100% during the entire challenge.
We're exactly at midpoint. I'm listening to Procrastination. For those who wonder, it's like a French rock alternative band. It's so good. Trust me, I don't really like French music, but it's real good.
Strategy number 4. Remember that most of the pain is in the anticipation, not the action itself. Your aim is to simply take the next baby step in the direction of productivity and witness the discomfort dissolve.
We're almost done with the 12th climb. Legs are feeling actually amazing. I don't know. It's funny how you can feel pretty bad, and after a while you just like don't care anymore. Everything is just like perfect. Look at this.
Strategy number 5. Just get started. It's unnecessary to imagine you need to finish the task. Know that trying is going to be valuable no matter the final product. My one and only goal in training today is to complete the current ascension to the best of my ability. I don't care about the future climbs.
So we're on top again. Just called my good friend Miette. So he's gonna take a picture of me going up, so we have some cool thumbnails, and he's gonna do a 2 or 3 climb with me for extra motivation. So at least it's gonna be maybe a little bit easier.
Strategy number 6. Use the if-then principle. Identify what you need to do when you procrastinate. Then set up a clear plan of action so if you get tempted, then you know how to react. If after a number of climbs I want to convince myself to stop, then I will refocus my attention from the current ascent by reminding myself that the physical discomfort of the moment is much less worse than the pain of regret.
4.5 climb left. Honestly, I can feel the legs getting harder and harder. But what can I do? Starting to see the end. Starting to know I'm almost done. So just need to keep going, one pedal stroke at a time.
Strategy number 7. Be an optimalist. Switch from perfectionist to optimalist. Understand that perfection is the weakest standard you can possibly set for yourself because it's impossible. I approach every climb with the aim to climb it as optimally as possible. I know that every repetition will cause mistakes. My goal is to limit them and optimize each future ascent with these learnings.
Only 2 climbs left. Honestly, right now, the hardest thing is just to keep the concentration during the downhill. Being able to go fast, going down is harder and harder just to keep my focus. That's the steepest part of the climb. It's like 22%. Oh my god. Each time you hit it, it's like, I don't know, there's like a missile in your legs. Boom! Oh, yeah. Woo! Ah. Okay.
Rule number 1. Make it up, make it happen. You can define all the right action until you know the actual outcome of every one of them. Seeking to plan for everything is less effective than taking action. Doing will inevitably result in an incomplete success and a partial defeat, thus forcing learning and improvement. Your aim is to establish a plan to the best of your knowledge and act on it. Commit to it and be ready to adjust, learn, and grow. I wasn't sure exactly how my body will react to the challenge. This uncertainty in the face of the unknown is inevitable. My goal was only to establish guidelines that will allow me to approach the test. Once on the bike, my duty is to optimize my training by learning and adjusting according to my previous mistakes. Rule number 2. Do not accept self-inflicted interruption. To tell yourself that switching your attention locus while you are doing your most important work is not a big deal is a lie. The interruption will never only take a minute. Distraction, regardless of their subjects, have a negative influence on the quality of your work. The break of concentration will likely take more time and certainly take away the intensity of your engagement. Therefore, accept the temptation to do something else. Detach yourself from the desire to unite with the distraction and then refocus your attention on the task at hand.
Just ask yourself, how am I gonna feel if I don't do the work? If I don't train when I go to bed tonight? How am I gonna feel? I think you know the answer. And if you're not convinced, just ask yourself, how am I gonna feel if I do the work? I promise you, you're gonna feel great. You're gonna feel satisfied, no regrets. Do the work.
Rule number 3. Use your values to drive your actions so they can then influence the way you feel, not the other way around. Letting your emotion guide every step you take is a recipe for dissatisfaction. Inspiration and motivation aren't a must for the professional. He does what needs to get done, no matter how he feels in the moment. Being motivated to do the challenge and get through the difficulty is irrelevant. I'm a professional cyclist. I will complete the challenge whether or not I'm inspired to do it. The only thing I guarantee is that after completing the test, I will be satisfied and proud of myself. You must be able to forgive yourself while holding yourself to exceptionally high standard. Reduce the harshness of your self-criticism to lessen the temptation to procrastinate, while demanding nothing less than personal excellence. Your performance will never be perfect. Accept that each event has its share of victories and defeat. The only thing you can do is show up ready to give your full effort every day. The 20 ascents of Mont Maribou will finally have added to a cumulative elevation of 3,686 meters in 89.66 kilometers of gravel bike.
If you made it this far, you're a real gangster. Please just put a comment, like just one phrase or something, just to tell me what I can improve. If you make it to the end, your opinion is very valuable for me. So thank you for listening, and as usual, take care of yourself.